January 14th was Mayor Kevin Faulconer's night. It was the State of the City speech, and Balboa Theater was packed. Officials from around the county attended to hear the first-year mayor's grand ideas for San Diego.
Mayor Kevin Faulconer.
But while Faulconer had the stage that evening...
Thank you. Good evening, San Diego. Bienvenidos a todos.
Councilmen Todd, Gloria, and David Alvarez were the final act. After the Republican mayor's speech, the Democrats held a news conference to give their response.
What aspects of the speech did you like?
Well, I have a tremendous amount of respect for Mayor Faulconer, but I think that it's incumbent upon us to, explain to the public how do you solve problems, and that requires details that sometimes require hard truths, and there weren't too many of those in the speech tonight.
A few weeks later, Gloria and Alvarez teamed up again to speak out against proposed electricity rate hikes.
We're concerned because SDG&E customers that are the most effective at conserving electricity are going to be punished by this rate.
Last month, the council duo issued a joint statement questioning the role of the Mayor's Stadium Task Force. This is a shift from last year when, as council president, Gloria often palled around with Faulconer.
As the council president, you have the responsibility to lead the legislative branch of the city's government. And that requires working closely with the mayor to ensure that the city is moving forward.
That changed in December when Gloria was ousted as council president and replaced by Democratic Councilwoman Sherry Lightner in a controversial vote.
I don't think it's radically different, but I do think my role has changed. And because I have to provide more of my time as oversight, more of my time as sort of accountability measures on the executive branch, you're likely to see me point out those times when something is perhaps amiss, or in the case of, say, the Climate Action Plan, to be right along the mayor's side.
Alvarez says pointing out when something's amiss is crucial to their role as council members.
I think you have to have an opposing voice. You have to have questions. You have to have checks and balances. And to the extent that Councilmember Gloria and I can do that, it's great.
Political consultant Tom Shepard says that's the way San Diego's political system is supposed to work.
Part of their job is to question the mayor, and I think the fact that Alvarez and Gloria have started to do that more aggressively is healthy. That's the way the system's supposed to work.
That system is the strong mayor form of government that voters permanently approved in 2010. Shepard led the campaign.
The intention of that measure was to create this adversarial relationship between the two branches of government so that there'd be checks and balances. And I think to a large extent, that's worked. The kind of happy days approach that we had back in the early 2000s where everybody slapped each other's back and nobody talked about anything unpleasant, that's gone. There's an open debate about things.
Both Gloria and Alvarez say they've individually contributed to that open debate throughout their time on the council.
I don't think anyone would have characterized my first 4 years at City Hall as being a wallflower.
He pushed for a year-round homeless shelter and made infrastructure attractive with his Sexy Streets campaign. Alvarez voted against the convention center funding plan that was later ruled illegal, something he and Gloria actually disagreed on.
I think you saw me as a very strong voice, not in opposition, but in really asserting my role as a legislator.
But he says pairing up with Gloria now was a logical step to take.
We've got two voices rather than one on being the checks and balances, and I think that's very important.
But some think the duo does have a greater plan in mind. Gloria and Alvarez's State of the City response caught the eye of San Diego City Beat. In an editorial, the magazine claimed Gloria was considering a mayoral bid and had a running mate in Alvarez. So will Gloria's name be on the 2016 ballot?
I don't know. The truth is that a lot of people are encouraging me to do so, and that's really heartening.
At the council president vote in December, dozens of Gloria supporters pleaded with the council to keep him as the body's leader.
I really implore you to please maintain this course of action and maintain Todd Gloria in the presidency.
Ultimately, Gloria's Democratic colleagues put their support behind Lightner. Well, except for one.
The political thing for me would be to not stand with Todd and say, sorry, looks like you ain't going to take this, and I'm going to go with somebody else. But that's not what I do.
When Alvarez ran for mayor last year and lost to Faulconer, Gloria backed him up. So will Alvarez do the same if Gloria decides to run?
I think Todd would make a great mayor. I think he's already proven that he was a great mayor in the interim period.
Mayoral candidates won't pull their nomination papers until next February. Tarryn, Mento, KPBS News.